Second Nature for Children is in the house. Coach, how you doing?
Always, man. Great, great. How about yourself?
Coach, I'm doing absolutely great. I don't know if you do know, but today my birthday. So I'm
Oh
getting
man, happy birthday to you, man.
yes, sir, yes, sir. I'm getting to film and share information with the family on my birthday. And I'm gonna tell you something.
Man, they all I hope they appreciate that for real, man.
You understand? So I'm just chilling, man. And I feel like I went on vacation today. I didn't get out, didn't do no yard work. I just sit around,
Okay.
um, watched a little football. Had a honey bun and some chips. I just went on and splurged. Went on and splurged. Coach, I had old honey bun, had some chips. Ate a little
Mm.
fast. Yeah, had a little fast food. I ain't gonna, yeah, I went in today. I acted fool today. And then I think I'm gonna top it off in a little bit and watch a little football and eat me a little ice cream and I gotta let it melt down though into a milkshake form. And then, yeah, coach, so I'm really enjoying myself today, man, and just relaxing. So it's my pleasure to have this opportunity once again, man, to come on and share this information with you. And it's still so sad to look around, man, and see the information that we're putting out.
Mm.
YouTube is not going to move it, and we're not moving it. And it's a lot of things we just don't want to hear. It's
True,
what we speak of, we
true,
just want to hear. But we're going to
true.
keep putting information out, man. And I'm hoping that these children that I work with every day eventually begin to take this information and take heed to this information. So as they become adults, they can live a more healthy and productive life because
Right, right.
a lot of us are not living healthy and productive. We're just adults because we have grown into that age. But a lot of us,
Mm.
yeah, when you start talking about the mind, the body, and the soul, a lot of us are not doing well. And that's one of the reasons we don't want to hear it. But I want to talk to you about some things that are hard for Blacks to hear. I want to talk about that. And I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about everybody now. Sometimes,
Mm.
some Blacks and some, now I'm talking about everybody because if it don't fit you, then there's no reason for you to get emotionally
Emotion.
upset about it. You understand? You should be able to
Yeah.
understand, okay, I see what he's saying. Okay, I see what he's saying. But I know a lot of the conversations rub a lot of people the wrong way. And so I'm just gonna keep rubbing them. I'm just gonna keep rubbing them because eventually, if you keep rubbing that spot, it get hot, it start burning, they'll move it because it start hurting them. You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the hurt so they can move, so we can become a better people coming together. But if not that, definitely a better individual because that's where it's gonna start. You got anything you want to share before we get started?
Other than that, I was listening to a sermon today and I had to laugh because it's talking about your thoughts, your thought process. And that has to do with your mind. You know what I mean? I guess when you are seeking to be better, things that pop out to you are similar to what we're talking about. You know, I really believe there's such a thing as a natural algorithm. I'm not talking about the internet. I'm talking about as you move through this life and you seeking certain things, those things, you know, that has to be in your path that you're supposed to pick up, it's going to come your way because that's what you are seeking. I really believe that, man. So it really tickled me sometimes when I come across certain things and they're talking about what we talking about.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'm like, well,
Mhm.
okay, I know we ain't crazy. So, but
And,
yeah.
and and it's just life. It's just like when I'm teaching children, that's why when I state that I have the most essential mentoring program, period, and I love all organizations that's truly trying to help children. But what separates us with Second Nature for Children is our information is essential. You can have a group of kids where an organization or someone can come in and speak to them where what they're talking about, it may be good, but every child may not need what they're talking about. They may
Talking
not
about,
need
I
it.
got
They may
you.
not
Yeah,
need
yeah.
it. But when you're dealing with the mind, the body, the soul, how to take care of yourself in those three areas, that's a need. because especially us as a people, we struggle damn near the highest in all three categories of those areas in not doing well. So that's why I reach back to children so I can work to get it into them and instill it into them at a very young age that taking care of your mind, your body, and your soul should just be second nature. It should be something that you automatically do. It should be a habit. It should be a habit. And the video we did, it was so disappointing, and it lets me know because I've already told you that we so far behind as a people coming together.
Yeah.
I've already told you that in our lifetime we won't see no big difference. I'm going to take the big off. We won't even see a difference in us coming together as a people. We won't see us doing better. Well, people get mad when I say stuff. I can see some people getting upset, but if they just really take the time and just observe, they'll be able to see, damn, he's right. We're not getting better. As a matter of fact, when we observe and look at news and look at what's going on, things are actually getting worse.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you really look at it, that's why I say we too emotional when we hear certain things. A lot of things trigger us when we hear it. That if we could just take the moment and sit down and really think about it, and then you can go back any video that we have. If I've said anything that you can show me that I was wrong about when I told you it's a fact or this gonna happen or whatever, then be able to come and have a conversation with me. There's my information. If you want to reach out to me, let's do it. My door is always open. I fear nothing or
Mm.
no one. My door is always open. So it's out there. And to see that video where we speaking on checking on your mental health, no one is looking at it. It lets you know that we're even further back because we think we're okay. And I'm telling you, as a people, mentally, we're not doing well. That's a fact.
I use this as an example. How you can get perturbed, say the least, perturbed over an award show with a certain artist, then get an award. But you're not perturbed over essentials that has to do with your everyday living, everyday life. Make that make sense, man. I just leave it like that, man.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
And so I'm able to show, and I'm trying to break it down to make it so simple because I work with kids that if you learn this foundation of how to take care of your mind, your body, and your soul, I made you a promise that your life will change. That's a promise. That's a fact. Your life would change if you learn how to evolve in all three areas. But we don't get it because a lot of times as we get older, we just want to do our thing our own way. We stop listening. We stop listening. We just gonna do it our way. We think our way is the best way. And all of us, we all need a mentor. We need someone we can talk to, someone we can listen to, someone we can trust and believe that, okay, let me see what they're saying. Let me just at least sit down and think about it. Will that better me in the position that I'm in? Because you're either in a position bad physically, mentally, or spiritually, unless you're working on all three of them, and you'll be doing that the rest of your life. It never ends. We're all always under construction. You never have it all together. In those three areas, you're gonna have to constantly work on those three areas. So we got a lot of work to do, but we're gonna put this information out. So I want to talk to you tonight, and here are some things hard for blacks to hear. This it's hard for us to hear this. So let's make sure we break this title down. So when we look at hard, we're looking at difficult to deal with or understand. Difficult to deal with or understand. And when we listen and we talk about hear, we're talking about listen or pay attention to. And there's a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is a passive, involuntary action of perceiving a sound. That's hearing, which listening is an active, intentional process of paying attention to and understanding what is being said. There's a difference. And you have to always remember there is a art to listening. Because you could say something, and especially if people get emotional, you can say something, you can say a whole sentence, and they'll take the end part of that. They didn't listen to the first part of it. They'll take the end part of that sentence. Oh, you called me this, or you said, No,
Yeah.
no, no, I didn't. You wasn't listening. You just whatever triggered you, you just jumped in on me, and now you ready to go. So when I say we need to take care of our mind, our body, and our soul, you wouldn't believe, you wouldn't believe that some people would say, "Who are you to judge me? Who are you to judge me? Who are you to judge me?" And remember, I told you. Some people take words not knowing the definition of the word because we get triggered when we hear certain things, and then our feelings and emotions begin to go up in a
Okay,
negative.
what
Go
what
ahead
would you
on.
say? What would you say to someone that's their response? What would you say?
Well, I'm gonna get ready to share that with you. I'm getting
Oh,
ready to
okay,
share. Yeah, I'm gonna share that with you, and that's why I brought it up because
okay, okay,
yeah, yeah, I can hear us. I can hear
okay.
us. Yeah, I can hear us. And so here it is right here. And I'm getting ready to answer your question. Because you got to understand that once our feelings and emotions go up in the negative, then our intellect it drops. It literally drops. You don't hear nothing. So here it is right here. Not realizing that to judge can be a good thing. Stay with me. Stay with me, coach. To judge can be a good thing when it's decisions based on evidence and facts. See, we don't understand the word judge. Slow down. Remember, I told you we take words, we put our own definition to them. To judge can be a good thing. It's not always, we have made it. Just like somebody call you stupid, you ready to fight. They just saying what you did wasn't sharp. But we've taken it and making it an offensive word. So when you can't judge me, you can't judge me. Yes, I can, especially if it's a decision based on evidence and facts. Stay with me, coach. So a lot of times we use the word judge as an excuse because we don't want to hear the truth. So when we begin to hear the truth, somebody begin to tell us the truth, then we go to holler about, oh, you trying to judge me? You trying to judge me? The truth can be hard to hear sometimes and even harder to listen to because depend on what is being told, now you have to take action on the truth. If you listen and take heed to the things that needs to be changed because you can hear the truth and don't do nothing about it a lot of times. You can hear it. And a lot of times that's the route we go. If someone tell me, coach, or ask me, well, you think that you can judge me? You think you could judge me? Listen, I just made it very clear that I can be a judge dealing in these three areas when I'm able to tell you something and able to bag it up with evidence and facts. Yes, I can. It can be a good thing because if you listen to me and take heed to what you say that I'm judging you about, where I can be giving you some good advice, giving you something that can help you. But your feelings and emotions are jumping into place where you're taking a word that we have used to be something, an excuse when we want to get out of something, when it's a time to say, you know what? Let me see, let me even lead a conversation and go sit down and just let me think about what this person was telling me. It doesn't mean, coach, that when someone used the word, you trying to judge me, that's an emotional term. That gives them an excuse to get out this conversation or say they don't want to hear it. But it can be a good thing, especially if someone is trying to give you advice that can help you. Oh, you
Let me say this,
give me
man.
some. Give me
You're a
some.
better man than me. I'm just saying that. You're a better man than me. If I'm dealing with a child, I will extend that patience and break it down to them. If I'm dealing with a so-called adult, hey man, you got it. Male or female, you got it. Because you are not receptive to what is coming to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you mature, as you live this life, man, you ask yourself questions. Is this really pertaining to me? Can I benefit from this? If you're not there, there's nothing I say after that, or after that you're responsible, judge, that I can't reach you. Go ahead, man. Your life. You know what I mean? And that's why I say you're a better man than me. I'm not going through all of that. But like I said, a child, I say young adult, yeah, I break it down to them. But somebody who's grown and I can see the it's really a pushback, man. Hey, man, you're young with that.
And I
One thing
def
I know for sure with this life, you cannot run from yourself.
mm.
You cannot run from yourself. You try, you want to. Let me know how it work out for you. You can stay how you are, or you can be better. And that better depends on you making changes. I'm not trying to coerce you, trying to push you to be better. That's on you. That's on you. I know what I'm doing, so keep doing what you're doing.
And I definitely agree because it's just some areas and some things that I don't solicit to help adults with unless they need my help. But I would definitely, if they mention, because I know where they're coming from when they use the word judge and they don't know they don't know
Yeah,
how,
yeah.
what it's defined as. So I will um, convey over to them what the word mean and how I'm using it. Now, I'm not going to keep having going back and forth,
Going
back
back
and
and
forth.
forth.
No, no,
Yeah,
no, I'm not going
okay.
to do that. I'm not going to do that. But the reason that I would explain it like I'm explaining it now, because I know a lot of us and I know a lot of words. I know we're very emotional. I know that. And I know a lot of words that we hear, we don't know the definition of it, and words trigger us. So, what I would definitely try to do is explain the definition of the word to try to settle them down and see where they listen. Now, like I just said, I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you. So I'm like you.
Mm.
Once I try to explain it, like I'm explaining it now, because people use the word, and I want them to understand that when you give information that you can bag up, when I give information that I can bag up, then yeah, you can use the word "we're judging you," but not in the negative way that you're trying to use it to escape from what we're trying to get over to you. Do you understand what I'm
Mm.
saying?
I got what you're saying.
I'm with
It
you. I'm with
depends
you.
on what I'm saying. It depends on how you catch me. Because if you catch me at that moment, I said, tell you what, somebody got to judge you because you damn sure not judging yourself. So I'm doing you a favor. I mean,
Right,
what?
right,
You
right.
know? Come
And
on,
see,
man.
and see, that's the thing, though, Coach. So what I need for you to do, this what I need for you to do. This what I need for you to do. Because I don't need both of y'all going off on each other. I
If
don't
you
need.
catch me at that
That's what
time,
that's what I'm
you
saying.
might
That's what I'm
want to
saying.
give hints.
And
That's
and
all.
and I
You
understand all of us still got some growing to do because I can get caught on the wrong day and go off on some folks too. So yes, yeah. So all of us got some growing to do. So I just need for you to be able to try to explain first, Coach. Try your best to explain, but
I
then
can do that.
don't
I
go.
can do that.
Don't keep going. If you
No,
see
I'm not
that
gonna
once
do
it
that. Yeah, but
right
I
there, you
got you.
go. Now,
I got
okay,
you.
I'm done with that. That's so.
You
But
know.
at least now that you know, at least share with them what you know, and then here we go. If they're not listening to you, then you bag off. You understand what I'm saying? I'm done with that. I gave it to just like I'm giving it to them now because I know people use that word when someone is trying to tell you something that could help you, but you're getting offended by it. Then they go to hollering about you trying to judge me. Well, no, if I tell you that you need to take better care of yourself because you're not eating healthy, you're not exercising, who are you to judge? Well, it can be a good thing because I could be telling you something that can help save your life. But I understand. But like I
Yeah,
said, I
yeah.
know we emotional and see, like I say, we use the word because if we listen to it, then it makes us more responsible for ourselves, and it makes us have to carry out more accountability
There
for
you go.
ourselves. So so
There you
so I,
go.
I know why we get that pushback, and I'm gonna tell you something over. I would say over the last, 2 years that we've shared this information, been putting out this positive information about taking care of your mind, your body, your soul, I can judge you on it. I can judge you on it because I have evidence and
Mm,
facts that if you don't take care of your body, you will pay a price, and it'll be a unwanted price, and it could be unwanted. It could be an unwanted price. Either you're gonna pay for it physically by getting up, putting that work in, or you're gonna have to pay the doctor. Them the only two ways you're gonna
yeah.
pay. Them the only, I want you to understand, them the only two ways you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay physically by getting in, getting that work done, learning how to eat healthier as you go on, learning how to exercise, get you some help. I guarantee you, this was so sad we don't get it by now. You're gonna pay that doctor because you're gonna have to go up in now. You're
Mm.
gonna have to go up in now. And coach, that's a fact. That's a fact. If five, I want you to think about this. Everybody think about this. If 5 to 10 years of your life has passed and you don't see no difference in your health for the better or your decision making, which comes from your mental health,
Mm.
and address whether you are dealing with a mental disorder. I know you don't want to hear this. I know you don't want to listen to that. But if things are not getting better in your life and you can't see no difference within the last 5 to 10 years, that's on you. You can't blame nobody else for that. And that's a fact. That's on you.
Well,
Go ahead on.
okay.
Tell it.
Yes, it's on them, but you tell me everybody gonna blame themselves? Everybody say, yeah, man, that's me. It's my fault. No, they're not. No, they're not. You know how human beings are. They're not gonna, that's accountability. If you blame yourself, that's accountability. They're not
Absolutely.
gonna do it. They can come with every excuse under the sun, man, to say that it's not their fault. And that's how people are.
And that's why that's a great point I said earlier. We don't want to be accountable
Oh,
for our own actions. We don't want to bear that responsibility for our own actions. And that's one of the biggest problems, being accountable. And we don't hold ourselves accountable, you know. And then when you think about it, to be honest with you, in these three areas, a lot of us are not even thinking about taking care of ourselves physically. We're not even thinking about it. Working on our mental health. A lot of us don't even see that wrong. Our mental health. No, I'm good.
like, man, I know I've heard people say, you got to die from something. I said, really? I said, you're right.
Ain't that something?
And I keep it moving.
And
If
and
that's
and
the attitude you got, hey, man, your life.
and when they
Your
say
life.
that, that comes from their mental state.
Yeah, yeah,
It,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah.
that's why when I tell you in your journey that you're on that they call life, we wasn't taught how to handle and build a strong foundation in these three areas. But these are the three areas that if we learn how to connect them, we've been hearing about the mind, the body, the soul all of our life. But no one has taught us the science of how to connect the three together for guaranteed success. No one has taught us. I know I wasn't taught. I had to begin to study it from just so much observation, even from a child growing up, just like I'm seeing stuff and I'm saying this, something wrong with this. So I just began to study to see what's going on. And that's what drove me into personal training. And that's why I started trying to help adults many, many, many years ago with their physical fitness. And then it dawned on me, so many people that I was working with, I'm like, wow, what if someone would have instilled in them at a very young
Mm.
age?
Young age, yeah.
Just this what came to me. This is how my
Yeah.
organization got started. What if someone would have told them or taught them or instilled in them at a very young age that taking care of your mind, your body, and soul should just be second nature? What if it was taught at a young
Yeah.
age? So that's where second nature for children come from. And like you were saying earlier, further as going back and forth with adults, I'm not going to do it That's why I work with children. But I will help any adult who come to me and say, I need your help. Or I got a question for you. I'm not gonna say, oh, I ain't messing with you. No, I answer you. Now, I'm not gonna sit and have a long conversation with you. I've done this over the years too, where I'll sit literally with adults for over an hour or so, talking to them about fitness and they gonna do this and they gonna do that. And then it's just a dead conversation because they never got started. Or I see them a little while later, they never got started. And I found out over time, it's just a waste of time. So yeah, and this me soliciting my help, going not them trying to come to me and ask for help, but me seeing that you need help, that I'm trying to come to help you and talking to you. No, I'm not doing that anymore. And I see so many of us who need help. So I'm not going to go to adults. I'm not going to adults to say, hey, I can help you with this, I can help you with that, because you may not be ready to receive help. And it's just a waste of time until you get ready. You're like going to a rehab. Back in the day, you could take someone to a rehab center, and that rehab center would try to help them, try to help that person. You understand what I'm saying? You take
Mhm.
someone to a rehab center now, them folks behind that desk gonna say, hey, excuse me, hold on. What her name? What his name? Do you want help? Do you want to come? And if them folks say, no, I don't want no help, them
That's
folks,
it.
yeah, ain't that we?
Yeah.
They gonna tell
Yeah.
you, because we can't help
Mhm.
nobody who don't want help. So that's the problem you have. Let me tell you something, Coach. If you're not growing to the point where you're beginning to have standards, do's and don'ts, going back to just looking over your life,
Mhm.
a lot of us are still wilding out. I see us every day because I'm in that community. I go into those communities and I see us wilding out. Then I see a lot of us who have moved out of the community and they just wilding out somewhere else. But
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
wilding out. It ain't
Mhm.
like they doing well because they have moved out of the community. Hell, I see a lot of them, they doing worse. They just can move out of certain
Out of the
communities.
community.
You understand? But if you don't get older and if you're not growing to the point where you have some type of standards, some do's and don'ts. And if you're not connected to principles, see, here is something that we always say, and it's so simple, but a lot of us are not living on it. A lot of us don't have standards. We're willing to do anything. A lot of us don't have do's and don'ts as we can look back 5 and 10 years and be able to say, you know what? I used to don't do that no more. A lot of us still doing it, especially when it comes to your mind, your body, your soul. Don't you know if you're thinking about your body, if you're not exercising, you 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever age you are, and you still not exercising, you still not working on eating healthy, that's a problem. You still haven't sit down and dealt with trauma, working on healing from whatever it is happened in the past, going on now. You still making bad decisions. It's a problem. You still don't have no standards. You just willing to wild out and do anything. You still don't have a list of do's and don'ts. You still don't understand that this is so simple right here that in life on this journey, one of the biggest reasons that you're not where you should be or where you want to be or where you were trying to go or what you were thinking that you where you should be is because you haven't connected to the principles that it take to get there. If you don't have discipline, consistency, self-love, this is simple. Tenacity, if you don't have it, what makes you think that you're going to be able to move forward in a prosperous way in life if you don't have these things? Because it's real simple. It's real simple. In order for you to be successful, you have to be connected spiritually. Because these things come from within you. Your fight, your drive, your discipline, your consistency, that comes from within you. And you want to know why you're not there or why you don't see your life moving forward? Because something is going on mentally.
So it's not nobody else's fault.
Ain't that something?
It's not somebody else's fault. I'm, you know, folks gonna say that.
Once you work
You
on
know,
putting your problems on somebody else, especially when you even got 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, you dealing with some type of mental disorder. You don't want to
it,
admit it.
it's a wrap for you. If you that late in life, you still that's a wrap for you.
You are dealing, and we don't, that's why I said we put the video out there. If you still getting older and you're not taking the responsibility on where your life is at, and you keep trying to put it on someone, you have a mental disorder. You're dealing with something that you need to be addressed and take care of it. That's a fact. Because you haven't healed from something that you keep putting the reason you here, the reason you there. Okay, but then look back in your subconscious mind and see why. What's going on with you? Why you still drinking so much, smoking so much, doing this, doing that? Why you not upkeeping yourself? What is something wrong? Why you're not exercising? Why you're not eating healthy? Is something wrong, family? Don't talk about nobody judging you. I can bag it up with facts and evidence. So we have to be very careful when we say that, coach. That's a fact. And so this is what we have confused, and I'm gonna let it go. We have confused these two words together: judge and judgmental. That's the problem. When you use the word judge, you're thinking of the word judgmental. And judgmental is being excessively critical, fault finding, or holding negative self righteousness and opinions on others. See, that's what you're trying to say we're doing. Think about that. You think we're being judgmental. No, no. That's a difference in the two words. You're not defining the words. It's okay for us to judge you if we can bring evidence and facts on what we're talking to you about. It's not a bad thing. It could be a good thing. It could be something that help you. But in your head, when we begin to tell you that this is wrong, that is wrong, this is wrong, that is wrong, if it's a fact, then it's okay for us to judge. But you're thinking we're being judgmental because you don't know the definition of the words. And once again, it's being excessively critical. I'm not being critical when I tell you you need to take care of yourself. You need to check on your mental health. You need to work on standards and principles, baby. That ain't being critical. That's something that can help you.
Yeah, but that's their perception, though.
I understand. That's the and
People's
that's the
perception. Yeah,
problem. And that's
yeah,
the
that's
problem.
perception. Yeah,
And that's your mental state on how you look at that.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem because you don't know the difference between the two words. That's the problem. And then the problem is instead of you listening to what we're saying, you only hear it because you just hear sound. You're not taking heed to it. Well, I hope somebody get this. If it ain't but one or two people get it, I'll be all right. I wish a lot more would get it. So we got to understand that judging is objective evaluation. What judgmental is subjective condemnation. We got to know the difference between the two. I'm done, coach. Let me see. You go in, whatever you want. Got 5 minutes or so. I'm done.
Man,
I'm done.
I you know I was speaking to someone was last night, night before, a few nights ago, and I said I have to make a choice to deal with good people. We're having a conversation. I just saying that. I said it's not anyone's fault if the person I'm dealing with is not a good person. That's my fault. That's my fault. Okay, I didn't vet that person. So if they turn out to be a bad person, that's my fault. And I use that on myself and anything else, whether it's you talking about mental, physical, spiritual. I'm gonna keep evolving, man, because I don't know when this journey gonna end. That's not my concern. But I'm gonna do my best to be as best I'm possible in every aspect of my life. Whatever's gonna help me, I'm gonna gravitate to that. And I suggest the same thing to others, man. If you haven't started yet, I know it can be a tough road, a rough road, because the truth really stings. You might not like it, but ask yourself the question: would my life be better if I do A, B, C? And if it's affirmative, then hey, what's stopping you? What's stopping you? None of us are going to be perfect, but so we don't try to progress because we're not going to be perfect. So that's it. Where you are right now in your life, that's it. That's it. Okay. It's your life at the end of the day, man. Well, I keep saying you cannot run from yourself, man. You cannot run from yourself. You can try to be better, or you can stay where you are. That's your decision. Who's affected more so than you? You're directly affected. Collectively, we are all affected, but directly, you're affected. So you decide what it is you want to do, man. It's life. Like I said, we don't know how long we'll be here. So why not be the best version of yourself? What's wrong with it? No, okay. So you're not getting paid for that, so you ain't tripping? Okay, all right. Okay. But the payment could be in time. The payment could be in quality of life. That could be the payment. Whenever I see seniors working out, man, exercise, I'll ask myself, man, I wonder if they'd done this 10 years ago, 15 years ago, what quality of life they would have. Man? I always think about that. So that's my take, man. We can be better, we can do better, but it depends on that man or woman in the mirror. You decide, man. Your choice.
Coach, I'm gonna leave it right there then. You close it out. I hope they take heed to the information. And I always thank you for that great information. I always take heed to what you're saying. I listen to you. And if I hear you say anything wrong, I'm gonna jump on you, coach. I'm gonna come back. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I listen to you, and you got some good stuff, and I take heed to it. It really helps me. And like I say, we all need a mentor. We all need somebody to listen to. I go back a lot of times, man. I listen to our conversations on these videos.
Yeah. I do the same thing too.
Yeah, it helps me.
I do the same thing too, man. So yeah, definitely.
So I'm always grinding to get that information. See that I even miss anything, because sometimes I say certain things, and then when I go back and listen to it, I'd be like, okay, wow, Dre, that was kind of deep right there. Where you get that from, boy? I kind of talk to myself.
That's what I'm saying. If you can inspire yourself, man, come on, man. That's what life is all about, man.
One thing I know I can do, I can give great advice. I can give great advice. I got to make sure I take heed to it.
There you go. That's it.
Myself. And so when I go back and I listen to you as well, I'm like, okay, I got that, coach. I got it. So I'm really sitting down working to be the best version of myself that I can be, man. So I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my birthday, coach.
All right, man. Enjoy the ice cream, man.
I'm finna go take it out right now.
What flavor is that?
It's mixed. It's the strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla.
Oh, no.
And I'm finna mix it, coach, right now. So I'm finna go down and take it out. So until we come back
man,
together.
take care, man. Enjoy your birthday, man.
Absolutely.